told me over the phone Monday that he could have done with another couple of months out there, because where he was working on the base, really out of harm's way unless they start lobbing missiles and mortars into the base. He was doing fine, and of course they're on a £29 a day tax-free bonus while they're out there, which is not to be sneezed at, but it's okay if you're inside the wire, but if you've got to go outside the wire and end up losing limbs, etc, 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 it's not so funny and not a good thing at all. So there you go. But he's off to Lanzarote next week with his family for a week in the sun for half term, so that's part of his bonus spent, and no doubt his wife will find something to spend the rest of his bonus on. But that's what women do, is it not? Righto, right to you, George, must be Dave. G3VOS from M0RB in the group with a short pause.
Yeah, G3VOS, gosh, we're lower numbers tonight. Well, lower numbers tonight. I hope they managed to unplug the phone upstairs, otherwise a child will be walking. £29 a day is not an awful lot, particularly if you're in combat regularly. Some of these units have been having daily contacts. £29 a day doesn't seem to me to be a wonderful amount, but anyway, I guess the bottom line is they're well, the sooner they're done there, the sooner they're home, the better. I noticed on the news tonight, Obama was reported as saying that all the Iraqi troops are out. Sorry, all the US troops are out of Iraq by Christmas. And I read a most interesting article on the use of drones, Predators and Reapers, in the Economist that I was thumbing through earlier. Fascinating topic, although I wouldn't like to be on the receiving end of one. What else? Laurie's reference to the Traps Ivan, he's managed to unearth something which he'd forgotten all about. He bought 35 years ago, so he's bringing them up for me to have a play with, which is just simply a couple of Leeds amateur radio 7 meg traps for making a dipole, a trap dipole, a W3DZZ. I don't think that's going to be the answer to my problems, but if it results in I know your views on trap dipoles, by the way, but if it results in a more satisfactory elevation and polarization of the wire that I've got up there, that's not the word I want, but anyway, then you know, it still may work out. I mean, it's something to play with, really. All this started because I started having a look at the Cobweb, thinking of mics and the fact that I was shocked at how small it was. Yeah, it seems to have done him quite well. Then I saw one offered for sale, but the guy didn't want to dismantle it, and the thought of bringing it back here undismantled didn't fill me with joy. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to make changes, maybe when you start looking at the designs, they're simple enough to build. It might be something to consider making over the winter. I mean, as I know, I think it was Ivan I spoke to, I originally started looking at rotatable dipoles. A trap dipole, really effectively the driven element of a Yagi, that I could rotate would be worthwhile, but I don't know. I feel frustrated at the moment with the apparent lack of success that I'm having with the vertical. On the other hand, I use the vertical on 20 to work this that ZL4 Rugby. Quite remarkable that his ancestors came from here. I still am a bit stunned by that. That makes 2 New Zealanders that I've worked who had origins here. ZL4DH, who I'd had contact with, turned out to be similar age to me and had left Holker Street School when it was a school. Probably similar time, no, perhaps before me, just before me leaving school. I think he, yeah, maybe, I don't know really. Anyway, sorry, I'm thinking aloud. He qualified after doing some apprenticeship at Brady's and has worked out there for ever since. And then this guy had, as I posted, his ancestors had come from Barrow and Milham. So I was quite pleased to get an email from him. But good. Anyway, I can't work out what's going on really, whether the thing